What is up, members only subscribers? Welcome to the exclusive members only podcast. This is episode 3, and I'm super excited to be bringing this one to y'all because today we're going to be talking about financial preparation for the future. Okay. This is something that a lot of us don't talk about and we don't really think about it. A lot of us just say YOLO and you only live once, and let's just worry about right now. But financially preparing for your future does require sacrifices. And if you really think about it, anything that is good for you or anything that is going to improve or have growth attached to it, it requires some level of sacrifice, some level of discipline, some level of patience, some level of something from you. Like you have to physically give something in order for it to, I guess, come to you in that way. So when it comes down to preparing for your future, like saving money, um, maybe contributing to a retirement account or paying for life insurance, something like that is going to require you to put money towards it. And while we may be wanting to put money towards other things, we have to make sure that our futures are definitely also a priority just as much as our right nows are. And so some things that we can be doing for preparing for the future is to look ahead. Let's just start with like short-term future, right? Let's look ahead within the year, within the next 6 months. What do we have coming up? We have probably Christmas coming up. We have Thanksgiving coming up. Maybe your birthdays in this second half of the year. Are there any events that are coming up with your family members that you would have to contribute to, like gifts or something like that? These are things that we need to be looking at. Also, car registration. Is your car registration due? I know mine's due September. So I need to be saving up money for it now so that when September comes, I don't have this large bill and I'm looking for money to like pay the bill, right? So I can actually start saving up some of that money now and just put aside maybe like, I don't know, $50 a paycheck or something, or $20 a paycheck. I got to see. I got to look at the breakdown, but that's something that we can do is also look at our annual expenses, something like car registration, and see, okay, when is that going to happen? How can I prepare for it now? Another thing to think about car oil changes and any car maintenance, anything like that. You definitely want to pay attention to that because those expenses can come up very easily, and then we will be tempted to use our credit cards for them, which is not a horrible idea, but at the same time, we want to make sure that we're able to anticipate some of these things because we know about them. We know about our annual expenses. We just have to keep them in the forefront of our minds and not say, oh my gosh, it like snuck up on me, just like we do with Christmas. We always say that Christmas snuck up on us, and it really did not. We know it's in December every single year. So these are the things that I'm saying, like we just got to put a little bit more mental energy towards our future. And also another thing with preparing for the future is that you can get excited about it. So I sent everybody, all the members only subscribers, I sent y'all a Google Sheets worksheet called Dream Lifestyle. And this is something that you can do in order to prepare for the future as well financially. You can put out all the expenses that are going to be associated with your lifestyle that you want to live in the near future. And then you're going to be able to get the gross salary that's needed in order to live that lifestyle. And that's really cool because now you get to know how much you're aiming for. Now you get to know how much your lifestyle is going to cost you. You get to know so many different things about how you can actually start making steps and actions towards that goal of living that lifestyle that you want. And so that is another way that you can start preparing for the financial future. Another thing is to always anticipate change and to always anticipate like some sort of emergency or surprise, right? So if we're anticipating change, most times change is not going to knock on your door and say, hey, I'm about to come. Most times it's not going to do that. Sometimes maybe, but majority of the time, change is something that was unexpected and it comes to a surprise to us. So we have to be able to anticipate that is going to happen because it happens. That's like one of the only things that we can expect to happen in this world and in this lifetime is change. So we have to basically look at change, embrace it, prepare for it, and not shy away from it. So one of the things that is really important is having that emergency fund. And if you don't have one, if you don't have a savings account, let's go ahead and start building that because that's very important. I would say in terms of priority, definitely I would say savings like an emergency savings and paying off debt are kind of like neck and neck. I really can't pick one. And it depends also on your situation too, but I really can't pick one. But I would say emergency savings is definitely probably a little bit higher just because that's going to be money that you can fall back on. Even though you're paying off your credit card debt, if they're not completely paid off yet, that's not even a line of defense that you can use at the moment. So I would definitely probably say that emergency fund is like, it's up there with paying off your credit card debt, but it's a little bit higher than it because it's something that's going to give you true security, and it's going to be something that doesn't necessarily cost you more money like debt does. So I think that we should definitely prioritize that. And while you may want to take that trip this summer, I would really look to see how this will connect to your financial future. I know that I had to sacrifice some trips this summer. Let me tell y'all. So many people came up to me saying, "JD, you want to go here? JD, you want to go here?" And I'm like, my eyes get big, but my bank account is like screaming, "No, Jada." My financial future screaming, "No, not right now." There's some things that I want to have in order before I just pick up and go on these spontaneous trips. And all the trips were like maybe a month out. I'm like, no, y'all are tripping. Like, I'm not about to just jump up and spend thousands of dollars in a month to go on a trip. Like, I need to prepare for that type of stuff. But basically I had to sacrifice that. That was one of the things I had to sacrifice because I knew that my goals were more important to me than going on a trip at this moment. And I know that I can go on a trip later. And so if I was operating in the YOLO mindset, right, I would have just jumped at it and went on the trip. But I'm living in a mindset that's saying, you know what, my right now is important, but also my future is very important as well. And so it's those little investments. Like, think about a sacrifice almost being equivalent to an investment, right? If you think about it that way, then it makes you feel a bit better about your sacrifice, because I am investing discipline into my financial future for later. That's the flip side of it. Yes, I'm sacrificing going on this trip, but I'm investing discipline. So it makes me feel a lot better about saying no to these trips because I want to ensure that Jada is okay today and tomorrow, not just today. I don't want to wake up tomorrow and be like, dang, yesterday passed. Now I'm here and I didn't think about future me. Like, future me is going to feel like I didn't care about her if I don't sit there and think about her and put thought into it, be conscious of it, be intentional about it, and actually invest discipline in my right now for her later, right? So that's another way that you could prepare for your financial future and understand that sacrifices are essential, they're necessary, and sacrifices are basically investments in the flip side. And then another way that we could be preparing for our financial futures as well is looking at ways to build wealth and to build it using the compounding rule, the power of compounding, right? So we can start putting our money into investments. We can start putting our money into high yield savings accounts. We can start putting our money into Roth IRAs, 401ks. We can start putting our money into property. What else? Life insurance is definitely a big one. And I want to start talking about life insurance just a little bit more because I feel like a lot of people hear the term life insurance and they kind of get like this sketchy vibe from it. And that's okay because I used to do the same thing. I used to get like this real sketchy vibe, like it was kind of almost like equivalent to what is that? Forex. I will be looking at Forex like, like, even though it's a thing, right? It's a thing. It's real. It does work. It's just the way that the people go about it can sometimes be very sketchy. And it's the same thing with life insurance. But I'm going to be talking about life insurance because I feel like it's something that we have a lot of misconceptions about. Life insurance, you are going to get it the cheapest right now because you're the youngest and the healthiest you're going to be, right? So we want to make sure that we are taking advantage of the sweet spot that we're in. So I would shop around, talk to some people that you trust, right? And I would look at some of the life insurance policies. Don't let them rope you into something that's not necessary, though. Okay. Understand what your goal is. You can always change the premiums later. You can always change your policy later. But I would say definitely go shop around for some things that fit you, fit your lifestyle for right now. And the reason why I'm recommending life insurance is because you're going to be securing the financial future even after you pass. Okay. I know death is something that we don't like to think about on a day-to-day basis, but I would say it is something that we do need to think about because it is something that's very, very expensive. And that cost and that expense, even though I can't say the word incurred by us because we're the one that passed. And so that means that we are the one that has to be buried, right? So that expense was basically like caused by us, I guess, and we're leaving it to our family members to take care of. But for me personally, I don't want that to happen. I want to be able to leave my family some life insurance money in order to pay for my burial because I know it's expensive. It's thousands of dollars. I wouldn't want them to have to like pull money together to get that expense paid off. I wouldn't want them that. I wouldn't want them to be stressing about money while also grieving me, right? So I am trying to be more proactive in the fact that I know death is coming. That's coming for everybody. So I know that it's coming. That's a change. That's a life change that you can expect. Now, I don't know when, but I can expect it to happen, period. So I'm going to get life insurance so that I can make sure that my family is covered in the event that happens. No, I don't have dependents, but I also know, the financial state that my parents are in terms of like my mom and my grandmother and my brothers and stuff like that. Like I wouldn't want them to have to like stress about paying money or going into debt just to bury me. So that's something that I'm thinking about. I'm trying to be nice to my family, y'all. So y'all could think about that too. Let me know what you think about that, because that's really the main way that I'm looking at it. I used to think that, oh, I don't have kids. I don't need life insurance right now. No, that's not true. Um, and so you just have to think about the purpose behind why you're leaving that money behind. And that's my purpose. Y'all could think about your purpose. I know my dad, he was talking to me and he's the provider of his household. So for him and his wife and kids, basically he provides 100% of the finances. And so they are 100% financially dependent on him. So he has a very, very high life insurance policy. Just in the case that he may die earlier than expected, they are covered and financially they're going to be well off, right? Just for the fact that he knows that they're 100% financially dependent on him. So he doesn't want to leave them high and dry. So that's his reasoning for it, right? My reasoning is going to be different. So I might not need a $750,000 life insurance policy, right? I might just need maybe like, I don't know, 10, 20,000. Like I really don't know. I never talked to somebody about life insurance. So I'm just throwing numbers out there arbitrarily. But I just want to give y'all an example. Like I might not need that. I could change it later, but I might not need it right now because I don't have dependents. I'm just trying to leave money for my parents and my family to bury me. Like it's, I can kind of like guesstimate the cost of what it's going to cost for that. So things like that. But wrapping up the episode, I want to say that preparing for your future can be fun. It might be a little scary, but it can be fun. And at the end of the day, it's going to relieve a lot of stress because you know that your tomorrow is covered. You know that your tomorrow has some thought put into it. You know that your tomorrow is not going to just come and you're going to have to figure out your tomorrow 100% tomorrow, right? Like you already are putting a little bit of thought today to your tomorrow so that you can feel more comfortable, secure, and excited about the future. You don't want to go into the future with this specific timeline or specific ideas of what's going to happen and when it's going to happen, but you can anticipate certain things and get prepared for them now. So let me know if you have any questions about that. I really, really enjoy y'all. I love y'all. I hope that these episodes resonate with y'all and are really giving y'all some food for thought in terms of finances. And if there's anything that I can do to help y'all out, please let me know. Definitely, definitely, definitely make sure you're at my birthday party for Green Line Planner on the 17th. It's going to be 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love to see all y'all there. I will be giving out some good stuff for y'all. Okay, y'all are my members only exclusive subscribers. So y'all, y'all get the treatment, right? Y'all get the VIP treatment. So I definitely need y'all to pull up. I definitely need y'all to show up, show out. Okay, come turn up with GLP. Come turn up with your girl Jada, and we're gonna have some fun for Greenland Planner's 3rd birthday. Like this is very interesting. I'm gonna give y'all like a reflection episode as well because I need to reflect and I need to tell y'all what was going on with finances, even behind the scenes of my business. So I think that y'all would really like to hear that as well. But let me know. I love y'all and I'll talk to y'all in the next episode. Mwah. Bye.